What did you do that for? I didn't buy them.
No, but you tried to.
Hi, YouTube. This is Raven. I'm a survivor of a 16-year marriage to someone with a personality disorder, whether that was narcissistic personality disorder or borderline personality disorder. My ex-husband has never been officially diagnosed by a healthcare provider with a personality disorder. This is just based on my opinion of his behaviors and the DSM-4. Now, that being said, you probably noticed that my videos, the majority of them have been made private right now. They're not on my channel. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's trying to take me back to court again, or if it's just, he's just being a bully again. I'm not sure. And until I know what's going on, I'm keeping the majority of my videos private. I'll probably go back and make the Narcissists Are Ridiculous videos public so you can see those. But anything pertaining to his suicide attempt and our divorce process, I'll probably keep those private for now. But what's going on? I'm not sure if he's trying to take me back to court or, like I said, he's just being a bully, because narcissists are bullies. And the last time that he was bullying me like this was back in January. It's October now. So it's been about 10 months. And so either he's bored or something's going on. But what happened? A few days ago, I got an email from him basically saying that he wanted to take the children to the Bahamas on a cruise over Christmas. And he also wanted them to miss school. And the way he worded the email, he was talking about how that we need to be flexible about schedules and stuff. And by being flexible, he doesn't mean he needs to be flexible. He means that I have to be flexible, that I would probably not have the kids over Christmas, because he would probably schedule a cruise that leaves December 24th. And he said, in the email, excuse me, that, he wasn't going to make any plans, until he knew that I was okay with it. Well, I send back an email and I'm like, no, I'm not okay with this. I'm not comfortable, first, with my children leaving the country. It's like, no. And second, I'm not comfortable with them missing school. My son has autism and ADHD, and he needs to be in school as much as possible. And my daughter is the same way, that, even though she doesn't have autism and ADHD, if she gets behind, it's very hard for her to get ahead, So, no. Well, I thought he had dropped it, I guess, because I didn't get an immediate answer. And normally with him, if I say no to something, I'll get an immediate answer from him. Oh, okay. He'll answer me almost immediately, like he hasn't even read the email yet. I mean, it'll be like a millisecond after I've sent the email, all of a sudden there's another email back. But there wasn't an answer. And I started to think, oh, crap. He's thinking up something. He's pissed right now because I won't let him take the kids on a cruise. And sure enough, later in the day, he drops the kids off. And I had went to go buy groceries. I'd been studying all weekend and working all weekend, and so I need to go buy groceries. So I go to the grocery store, and I stop to get my flu shot, because I need that for clinicals. And my mom, she said, I'll pick the kids up. It's okay, I'll pick them up. So she goes to the drop-off point. He's brought his girlfriend. And see, that's weird, because he never brings his girlfriend to drop-offs. He does not want his girlfriend having any contact with me or anyone in my family or anyone that really knows me, because I think he's afraid that people who know me or people in my family are going to tell her the truth about him. That they're going to say, that he's dangerous. He put a loaded shotgun in his mouth. He tried to kill himself. He was in the mental hospital. Because I don't think he shared that stuff with her, because certainly I would not date someone who told me all that about them. So he normally does not want his girlfriend to have any contact with any of us. And yet here she is in the car, for him to drop the kids off from spending the weekend at his house. And he gets out of the car and he's like, where's Raven? Where's Raven? And see, he never wants to know where I am. My mother, picks up the kids a lot or drops the kids off a lot, because it just avoids confrontation. Because I don't want to have an argument with him. I don't want any kind of argument in front of the kids. So it's just better to have a third party exchange the kids. But on this particular occasion, he's like, where's Raven? Where's Raven? Because he had come for a showdown. He was ready. He had brought reinforcements of that girlfriend and he was going to have a showdown, and I wasn't there, and he was upset. He was upset that I wasn't there. Well, later on in the day, I get an email from him, just out of the blue, another email, and he's like, have the children had their school pictures made yet? And I'm like, this is odd, because he has not asked for school pictures in 2.5 years. He doesn't care about pictures. He never wants anything to do with their school or anything. So, you know, I never send him the forms for school pictures because he doesn't want them. And, you know, he has access to all this stuff on the school's website. They have the parent portal, which is a special website for parents. He has access to that too, that has all of this information. Plus, the school sends robocalls almost every single day reminding parents, hey, there's a PTA meeting tonight. Hey, school pictures are tomorrow. A field trip this Friday. So he has access to all this information. And I said, yeah, the kids have had their pictures made already. I ordered some school pictures. And then he sends me another email back, like, well, I want the forms to order pictures. And I said, well, I've already ordered pictures, but when the pictures come back, they'll come back with another form that you can order pictures from. And he gets mad, and he's like, you're supposed to be providing me with this information. So then, you know, I send him an email back, you know, telling him, like, look, you know, you can order pictures when the pictures come back, and I get the forms. But then I took it one step further, and I shouldn't have, because I started thinking, I know what this is about. He wants to try and get their passports, and he's looking to use those pictures to get their passports, because this is how he does. He keeps pushing and pushing. When he wants something, and I say no, he keeps pushing and pushing. And so his idea in his head was, I'm going to go ahead and get the passports. And then I'm going to keep asking her, and I'm going to go ahead and get the tickets for the cruise. And so then that way, you know, I'm going to tell her, it's like, I've already got their passports, and I've already got the tickets to the cruise, so why won't you let the kids go? Because he's like a used car salesman. He pushes, and he pushes, and he pushes, and he wears you down until you say yes. So I guess I decided to beat him to the punch, and I played my hand, and I probably shouldn't have played my hand. And I said, you know, there again, you know, reiterated that he could get, you know, the pictures when they come, he can get the order forms. And I said, but just to let you know that getting their passports without my permission is a crime, and you can be prosecuted. I don't want my children leaving the country or leaving the United States. They can go anywhere on vacation within the United States with you. Oh, that pissed him off. Now, normally, a normal parent, you think, would have said, oh my gosh, no, I would never go behind your back and do that. I wanted to get pictures, you know, for my parents. My parents wanted to order pictures, or, you know, I decided I wanted some pictures for my desk, you know. It's like, I would never do that. Oh, you know, I'm sorry if I gave you that impression. Oh, no. He sent me back this email with so much projection. I'm going to read this, but this is what he sends back. First, your continued failure to communicate important pieces of information regarding school matters such as this, as well as last year's pictures, and our daughter's 5th grade graduation pictures is a violation of our parenting agreement. School pictures are even noted, paragraph 4, section C, as is the continued coercion of our children not to tell me about events such as school pictures. Yes, they said that you bought some with your money, so they were yours, and they were not to tell me about picture time. Also, the continued disparagement of me, my life, my job, and my choices to my children is a major violation. Yes, I hear all about it from the kids every time we have them. Your negativity is definitely apparent and sets a bad example for the children. You need serious counseling and really need to move on with your life. As to your threat of prosecution, that is harassment. I never even mentioned a passport. You did. If you even bothered to research the topic before you aggressively accused me of something without merit, you would find that in order to get a passport, both parents must complete and notarize a form to submit to the government. I simply asked your opinion on if you would consider them going on a cruise. You said no, and I dropped the topic. You don't need to needlessly harass me. As we agreed in the custody order, we both are to let each other know when we are traveling out of the area with the kids. I am fine with you taking the kids to Disney over Christmas. Where the heck did that come from? I know they will be excited to go, and I want to have them have wonderful vacation experiences as children. Please let me know what the dates are. I'll be sure to get them something cool from the Bahamas. Now, first of all, I want this to go on record with the court, especially if he's taking me back to court. Never, ever have I said anything negative about him in front of the children or within earshot of the children. I am a very positive parent. I'd go out of my way to encourage a positive relationship with him and his children. When he doesn't call his children, I'm the first one to hand them the phone and say, call your dad. You haven't talked to him in several days. Call your dad. Or let your dad know how you did on your test this week. You were the student of the week. Why don't you let dad know about that? You have a recital coming up. Let dad know about your recital. Would you like dad to be a chaperone on the field trip? I'll call dad up and see if he wants to be a chaperone. I'm always doing these things to encourage a positive relationship. I even make excuses for the man. When he yells and screams at his children, and I've seen him do this sometimes at drop-offs and pickups, I make excuses for him and say, well, Dad had a bad childhood, and Dad doesn't understand sometimes that you don't yell to communicate. I make excuses for his bad behavior, and yet he's projecting this on me that I'm somehow causing a negative relationship between him and his children. It was all projection. So I send him back a short email trying to keep it as gray rock as possible, but refute all these things he's saying about me. And I say, you've never asked for pictures in the last 2.5 years, and I've never kept information from you. You have access to everything on the parent portal and the school website and the phone messages they send out. All you have to do is ask. Also, do not accuse me of saying disparaging things about you to or around the kids. I've never said anything about you, and I even encourage the children to call you or FaceTime you when they haven't heard from you in a while. Also, I don't know where you're getting your information, but I've never told the kids I'm taking them anywhere over Christmas break. I'm in school. The kids told me that you told them you are not going to pay them an allowance anymore because you said, in quotes, your mommy takes all my money, end quote. That sounds like you're saying negative things about me around the children. I think you need some help from all this anger you're carrying around. I'm not your enemy. I'm trying to raise our kids in a positive environment. And that's all I said. It just, the amount of anger he has in his emails, I thought that I was still angry. Apparently, I've moved on to the acceptance portion of the grief process, and he hasn't. And, I even contacted my lawyer. I sent her these emails because I don't want to be accused of parental alienation syndrome. And she assured me that, that's not going to be, not the case. And I even contacted the children's counselor because I asked her, am I giving off a negative vibe? Is something going on here to where the kids telling you that I'm a negative person towards their father? And she said, no, I've never gotten that from them at all. You're doing a great job. So I get back this final email that I have not answered. I'm ignoring this email now. And he says, again, please provide me with all the critical information that you as the primary weekday caretaker agreed to provide. Codes to order each child's pictures come home on the order form that each child receives. You should know how the process works by now. Also, I will be introducing my girlfriend to your mother on the next pickup since your mom always seems to manage that for you. My girlfriend may need to pick the kids up from time to time. See, he wants a rise out of me. I have no quarrel with his girlfriend. I don't care. I don't care if she picks the kids up. In my mind, she's like a babysitter. She's an unpaid babysitter. I don't care. But he wants this argument, and I'm not going to give it to him. I'm not giving him this argument. But it's made me feel so much better that I have so much less anger than he does. That apparently I'm doing a lot better with this grieving process than I thought. Or at least better than he is. But for now, I don't know what he's up to, what he's trying. If anything, it may just be that he's just being a bully. But until then, I'm going to keep the majority of my videos private. I will probably put up some, the Narcissists Are Ridiculous series for now because they're funny. But that's all for now. Be vigilant, be safe, take care.